Please verify signal clarity. Please verify signal clarity. Please verify signal clarity. Please verify signal clarity.
Quiet, we're on the air.
You're in Braves country.
Good morning, Braves country. Wanted y'all to hear from Martin Perez, as this ought to be a lot of fun. Martin Perez looks like he might have won himself a spot here in the Braves rotation. Here was his thoughts after the game.
I don't feel any pain at all, and then, it's good when you go out there and you compete for your team, and then you feel good. This is the bigger team for me, and I think it was a big 4 innings right there for me, especially like you say after last year injuries, but now we just feel good and just keep going.
Would you have preferred to start it tonight, did it not?
I can't control that, I'm here to help the team. It doesn't matter if it's from the bullpen or half the stars game. It's just anytime when they give me a chance to pitch, I just want to go out there and do my job and help the team to win.
Having thrown 70-plus pitches last week in Northport, if you're asked to start Sunday in Arizona, you could probably just go as far as...
Yeah, I think I'm ready with, my pitches, and whatever they decide, I'll be ready. I just, like I say, just come here to, do my job, and whatever they want to do, we'll be ready for it.
How good does it feel to know that, hey, I came out here and pitched 4 1/3, and they didn't have to use any of their other primary relievers, and that can help the team?
That was one of my goals when they called to the bullpen. I was like, okay, I gotta go out there and I'm trying to finish this game, and I can give you a couple of, I'll give you the rest of the night to the bullpen guys, and then we can use it tomorrow, and hopefully we can win series.
What do you feel like was your most effective pitch tonight when it came to how you're pitching out there tonight?
I think it was everything, man. As a pitcher, when you go out there and you attack, a lot of things can happen, especially on the Wu way. But if you go behind and then when you're trying to throw a strike, they're going to hit you. So you just got to say with your rhythm and your timing, and then if you're on the tag, good things going to happen in the game.
You mentioned you feel healthy. When was the last time you felt this healthy?
I think 2024 was, because last year I started feeling a little bit pain, sore, and it's maybe because it's cold in Chicago, but it was not. It was really bad, and I think they stopped me on the right time, and I take my 3 weeks off, and then I come back and I started throwing again. I think I faced Atlanta last year, and then but at the end I was small issue with my shoulder, and I can't finish the season, but I was really focused this whole season, and trying to get ready, trying to get strong, and because I know at some point somebody's gonna give me a chance to pitch, and now I'm here, and I'm ready, man. I'm healthy. I don't have to think about how I'm gonna feel tomorrow. I know I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna feel great, and that's biggest thing for me. Just come here, and any moment they call my name, I just wanna be ready and trying to put some zeros out there and trying to help the team to win.
Did you do anything different this offseason?
I was working more on my forearm, just trying to not do too much upper body, because I got too tight, and then I feel that I'm more skinny a little bit with my arms, and I think that is something that's been helping me a lot. I'm just gonna keep doing my routine. That's something that I started last year in Chicago, and now I just doing the same, because that was one of the routine to make me feel better and feel comfortable out there.
Thanks, Mark.
Okay, now we get the post-game press conference from the skipper, Walt Weiss, on Perez doing very well last night and what his options may be for the weekend heading into Arizona. You're going to have Suarez and Perez both lining up on the same day. So his thoughts on that, and then the overall state of Chris Sale and the rest of the rotation.
Jose was pretty good. He had a tough second. Got a couple quick outs, and then the command got away from him. Other than that second inning, I thought he was pretty good. Kept us in it. With that top of the order coming around, for the third time, I wanted to go with the right-hander there in Piamps. But Martin did an unbelievable job. We had a couple guys down tonight, and we weren't going to pitch. So we were limited out there, and Martin was just what the doctor ordered. I mean, he kept the score right there, gave us a chance to come back in the game. He's just a crafty veteran, knows how to pitch. And, offense a little sluggish right now. Had some opportunities, had our guys up there, but we got to get it going a little bit here in the offense.
How much you think, or just?
No. I think Savali. It was like cutter curveball combo. He did a nice job with that, but kept the ball off the barrel. But we got some guys that are spinning the wheels right now in the lineup, and then they're going to get going. But that's where they're at right now. But we're going to get going offensively, and just a little hiccup right here, a couple of days.
To see how tomorrow goes, but how big can Martin's performance be for tomorrow and maybe even Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, huge. I mean, it was a game saver, really. If there's such a thing in a loss, but the fact that we didn't have to use anybody down there, again, we've talked about this 13-game stretch. What Didi did the other day, what Martin did tonight, were huge for us. So we'll pretty much have a full slate tomorrow, and did a hell of a job for us.
How do you get through these next 8 days with 2 guys down for the next 4 days?
Yeah, we have, Beto can go multiples, so he protects us there a little bit. It's nice having Chris Sale on the mound tomorrow. But yeah, we got to walk that tightrope with Perez and Jose Suarez out of the picture here for a little while. But I think we'll be fine. We don't have a meltdown game, but I think we should be able to handle it. Yeah.
All things considered, you expect Jose to be in that locker room tomorrow, Suarez?
Oh yeah, I do. And look, we'll reevaluate this next time through the rotation. Both those guys obviously are options. But again, it's kind of like leading up to this game. We're going to have to see how we get there. And who needs to be used and that type of thing. Because neither one of them threw a ton of pitches tonight. So we got to see if we need them at some point out of the pen. And then we get to that next start. We'll see what the options are.
You guys, over the past couple of years, have been opportunistic, getting Chris Sale an extra day here or there. Is this a sign of anything changing on that front, or just a function of?
No, I think we'll continue to do that. I mean, he's adamant about pitching tomorrow. He's been great all spring. He feels really good, and he feels really good going into the start tomorrow, because it was something we talked about. But he's adamant about throwing. He feels really good, so he wants the ball tomorrow.
Was that one of the reasons you wanted him to go a little deeper in those last couple of spring outings?
Yeah, I mean, it's just you go as far as these guys are able to, and Chris, I think he tweaked some things in the off season with his throwing program, and he felt a lot better coming into spring training and through spring training. He credits that to some adjustments he made this winter. So he's in a good place right now.
So just to make sure I understand, what you said, next time the rotation comes through, you'll decide whether it's Perez or Suarez that might start that Sunday game in Arizona.
Yes, most likely. I mean, I guess there's a third scenario could always show up, but as we sit here today, that's the most likely options.
Okay, and we'll finish it up with some Michael Harris. They interviewed him in the locker room right after the game. Remember, he's good friends with Butler. We've talked about that. They asked him about that in their little rivalry at the end. But just Michael Harris in general, and they also asked him about Drake Baldwin hitting one out on his bobblehead night. Remember, last night they gave out the Gold Gloves. They also gave the Rookie of the Year award out pregame.
I think for me, it allows me to stay above the ball and have a cleaner path through the zone. Obviously, it depends on the pitch as well and who's pitching and the angle, but yeah, for the most part, it allows me to do those things that I said, yeah.
And Walt mentioned after the game that he feels like, there's some guys who are maybe moving a little slower offensively, but this is a group that can get it going. I mean, how much is this being the first week of the season and guys still trying to find their timing?
Yeah, I feel like that could be very true. Kind of coming from spring training to the season, different adrenaline rush, and just kind of getting through the season. I mean, I guess the first week can I guess get the butterflies out and all the kinks, but yeah, it's a long season. You're not gonna be your best every week or every day, so it's a long season, and just gotta work those things out over the course of a season.
Were you surprised to see Drake come through with a home run on his bobblehead night?
Of course not. I mean, that's why he's Drake. He won the Rookie of the Year for a reason, and he came out tonight on his bobblehead night and did something special.
Just kind of a rough night when you have a couple opportunities, runners in scoring position, kind of opportunity to tie the game, maybe take the lead. Just how tough is that to just kind of not come through a couple of opportunities?
Yeah, it's going to happen over the course of a season, and obviously everybody wants to come through in those situations, but I think for the most part we were all ready for a pitch and either just missed it or just missed the opportunity to get it done. So just got to look forward to tomorrow and try to execute those.
How nice is that knowing you got kind of one more opportunity with a team when you kind of were just off in a game like this?
Yeah, we had some opportunities, didn't come through, and we still kept it close enough to be able to have a chance late in the game, and just didn't come out with the win. So it's just something we're going to have to build off of to progress during the rest of the season.
Martin comes in kind of late in that one, gives you 4 pretty quality innings. When you have a guy who can come in out of that bullpen and keep you guys in the game like that, how beneficial is that for you as a hitter?
That was really beneficial. It's the reason why we had opportunities. He's a very good veteran arm that's been in any situation in baseball probably. So coming in and kind of keeping the game where it was and giving us a chance is all we asked for.
How high are the stakes for you personally with tomorrow's game, knowing that Lawrence could potentially get bragging rights?
I wouldn't say that high because I know he's not playing tomorrow. So I don't know if it counts in our little battle or matchup. Because last year I didn't play the first game against him, so I technically counted as 1-1, but he counts it as 2-1. So I guess I wouldn't say it's that high.
All right, let's get ready for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves, the rubber match. Let's go out and win 2 series to start the season off before we go west, young man.
You're in Braves country.
Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly. And his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quad's in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik, and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Rama-Lama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying, it felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee, to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Do hereby pledge allegiance to the
armchair.
With liberty for all.
You're in Braves country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention now to the area in front of the pitcher's mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
You can't drink like me, you can't smoke like me, so don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
What the hell's going on out here? Well, scared because his eyelids are jammed and his old man's here. We need a live rooster to take the curse off Jose's glove, and nobody seems to know what to get Millie for their wedding present. We're dealing with a lot of
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. They come for reasons they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children longing for the past. Sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick that I've brushed them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. Been erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good. And it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have, and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Which team do you play for?
Well, I'm a...
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop. All throughout Braves country, pop that top! Your Atlanta Braves have won it all!
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
I never heard of half of these guys, and the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You're trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. Oliver High loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
If you build it, he will come.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light pyramid. Down it! I love them. Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight
time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball!
Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag. He missed the tag. He missed the tag.
Keep playing like this, will be the laughing stock of the league.
All right, boys, let's get back to basics. This is a baseball. The object of the game is to keep the baseball within the confines of...
You're in Braves country.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys. Pour you a cold one. It's time for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. We're set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call, Braves Country Baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside for what should be a great game here on the diamond. As we take you out to the old ballpark, kick up your feet, let's take a journey back to the golden age of radio baseball. We'll do our best to paint the picture as the game goes along. Roll call is on the way. It's time to join the country club, join in the fun. It's time to chop along. Go ahead and put your game face on. Here are the starting lineups for today's action. Good morning, folks. Leading off for the Athletics, Wilson is at shortstop. 4 for 21 on the year, 2 RBI, a 190 average. Banez batting second, playing first. 2 for 7 on the year, a 286 average, 2 RBI. And batting third, the designated hitter, Shea Langeliers. Former Atlanta Braves, 7 for 20 on the season with 4 home runs, batting .350 and 7 RBI. Batting cleanup in right field for the Athletics, it's Brent Rooker. 4 for 21 on the year, 190 average, 1 RBI. Max Muncy, no, not that Max Muncy, batting fifth, playing third. 4 for 19 on the year, 1 home run, 2 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .211. Tyler Soderstrom is in left field, batting .200, 4 for 20 on the year, 1 RBI. And Wins gets the start behind home plate, giving Langeliers the day off, though he is the designated hitter. Wins is 0 for 2 on the season. Hernandez is at second and batting 8th. He's 0 for 3 on the year. And Clark is in center field and batting 9th. 2 for 12 on the year, 1 RBI, 167 average. But keep an eye on his glove. It is golden. On the mound for the Athletics, it's Luis Severino. This year he's got 5 innings thrown, a 3.6 ERA, 3 hits allowed, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks. He'll be going head-to-head with the conductor, Chris Sale. Sale is 1-0 with a shiny 0.00 ERA, a 1.00 whip, 6 innings, 3 hits allowed, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, no home run served. Backing up Sale in the bottom of the first inning, leading off for your Atlanta Braves, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. He's 3 for 18 on the year, 1 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .167. Drake Baldwin batting second behind the plate, 5 for 19, 3 home runs, 3 RBI, a .263 clip. Matt Olson is also batting .263, but with no home runs, 1 RBI. They're both 5 for 19 on the season. Austin Riley batting cleanup at third, 4 for 18, a .222 average. The Yaz, Mike Yastrzemski, is in left field and batting fifth. 5 for 13 on the year with a .385 average, 1 RBI. Ozzie Albies, he's batting sixth. He's 5 for 19 on the year. 1 home run, 1 RBI, .263 average. Michael Harris II, you're going to start to see a pattern here. He's 5 for 19 on the year. 1 home run, 3 RBI, a .263 average. And Dominic Smith is 3 for 9 on the year with that big grand slam on Saturday night, the game winner, and those are all 4 of his RBIs. Batting ninth and at short, Mauricio Dubon. He's 6 for 14 on the year. That gives him a .429 average and 5 RBI. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate today, it's Shane Livensparger. Your first base umpire, Dan Merzel. Second base will be manned by Dan Bellino. And down the third base line, it's Mark Rippinger. Game time temperatures here at Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia, 74 degrees. The wind blowing in from right center down into left at about 6 miles an hour, so shouldn't be much of a factor unless it picks up. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 227 on the money line. The over-under, 7.5. Our pick to click tonight, or I guess I should say this afternoon, looking at Severino, looking at the career stats, and of course the Braves saw him quite a bit when he was in New York. We're going to go with Big Matt Olson. He's 5 for 11 lifetime, a .455 average, and it's about time that he puts one into the chop house. Other guys to keep an eye on, Acuna with good numbers. He's 3 for 6 and a home run. Man, we got to get him going. Riley's 3 for 8. The Yaz is only 2 for 10 with 4 strikeouts. Ozzie with bad numbers as well, 1 for 6. Michael Harris II, he is 4 for 8 with a home run. So he could be ready to click as well. Dubon 2 for 12, and Dominic Smith has never gotten a base hit against Severino. He is 0 for 8. We're going to take your Atlanta Braves to win this one. A little bit of a low-scoring affair. It's a day game. It's 2 really good pitchers. I think Atlanta gets just enough to get the win in the win column and win a second consecutive series to start the season. Give me your Braves to put a few more on the board later in the game, start off slow, and win going away 6-1. Make sure to put your click in the chat and slap that like. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 300 play-by-play games right here on the BCR. Please like and subscribe today. Don't forget to hype the videos. It helps the smaller stations to bring folks in so we can all root this great game on together. Join the country club today, and a special thanks to all the members in the country club. You help support the BCR.
Get this bus moving.
Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Welcome in, Braves country. Good to see you. Hey, we just put the conductor emoji for Chris Sale, so you may have to refresh your page, but it is in there. I had it on my list last night to do it before I ever left the studio. Somehow I did everything but that. Ready 70, good to see you. Royal PETA in the house. Pitbull. Rebecca, she's chilling at Truist Park. The envy of all of us. Eric Woodward. Uncle Charlie. Scrolling backwards, so here we go. As was Chucky 89. Razor Quack. I believe that's, oh, there we go. Everyone loves Raymond Lovelace. I think that's everybody. If I missed you, jump into the chat. John, Chop Shop. Good to see you, buddy. Justin Green Machine. Spider Burns. Braves are wearing their white jerseys. The home jerseys. Braves across the chest, blue ball caps. We go to set this up. We'll be back in a flash here on the Braves Country Radio Network. It's about that time to get us another series victory. Probably won't be a lot of athletics fans in here today. 9 a.m. where they're at. Let's go, Braves Country!
It is the American game. You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, and that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. Can bring you up here, it can bring you down there. One thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list, but we have a child's interest in baseball, so it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees, and then very shortly the ball is delivered. But in that tiny period when the pitch and the fever of the crowd is tangible, there's a moment of absolute stillness that I treasure.
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. The whole stand's full of people all roaring. In baseball, never known an instance where so instantly a whole crowd could be brought to its feet, roaring with delight over just a clean crack of a bat against the ball.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets.
Drive and a base hit. Just as the score of the tying run. Green to the plate. And he is saved.
We're 1 out away, Braves Country, from a trip to the World Series. Whatever superstition you've got, do it. The entire city of Atlanta, the entire South is standing on their feet, trying to will the Braves into the World Series. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And swung on and ripped over to Dansby Swanson. Dansby's got it. He fires over to first. Baby, sound the trumpets. Do the job through the streets. Your Atlanta Braves are headed to the World Series. And the place is going bananas.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
You're in Braves Country.
Good evening, good afternoon, Braves Country. Good morning, Braves Country, depending on where you're listening from. We're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of those Atlanta Braves. Where's everybody hail from today? We know Rebecca's at Truist Park. Where's everybody else at today? It's always good to know where you're at, where you're listening from. We are right here on the first coast of Florida, just below the Georgia border, Jacksonville, Florida, right on the edge of it, not quite in the heart of it, thankfully. Northern Idaho, Spider Burns, Razor Quack in Atlanta. He said he just passed the stadium not too long ago. Are you at the game, Razor Quack, or were you just heading past it? St. Simon's Island. I know where old St. Simon's Island is, Deadwire. Famous call from Georgia football radio broadcast years ago. The game played here in Jacksonville against the Gators, and Georgia won a famous game. And he's trying to think of his name. Play-by-play guy for the Bulldogs had broken his chair, and he's ranting about that. And then he's talking about how St. Simon's Island is going to get wrecked tonight with all the Bulldog fans. Just passing through? Okay. Alabama! Joseph's in Alabama! Larry Munson, that's it. Thank you. Every time I go to think of his name, I think of the guy that got him into broadcasting, which is John Ward from Tennessee, the Tennessee broadcaster. He got Munson into it. And I've always forever linked those two guys' names. And both of them were kind of led by the guy that really led them into broadcasting was the great Red Barber, the guy that you'll hear me reference all the time. We've got a little bit of his documentary. He was a Florida boy that went up to New York and kind of redefined radio broadcasting. At the time, nobody thought anyone wanted to hear a Southern cadence on the radio, and then they heard it in New York, and they said, you know what, that's not too bad. And the rest is history. He's the one that brought in Vince Scully and all the rest. Yulee! Pete is in Yulee! Home of the great Derrick Henry. Also, it's where one of my puppies was born. Atlanta Braves wearing their home whites. Braves across the chest in red, outlined in navy. Same with the tomahawk that's striped in gold. Blue ball cap, red bill, and the white A representing the great city of Atlanta, home of your Atlanta Braves. As soon as the 3D kicks in, we will lift the curtain. It's always a kind of a bumpy start to it, so we don't like to have it on screen because I don't know. Sometimes it's in my background. It makes me kind of nauseous sometimes when it bumps in. What's everybody's prediction today? Old World Photoshop, good to see you. I think I took Brady when I take him 6-1. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but I think we eventually get to them and get to the what you would call the front end of the bullpen, meaning the guys who aren't in there in the high leverage will tack on a few more runs. Low scoring to begin with is what I expect, mainly because the Braves offense just never shows up in the morning time, and it's usually even worse in the middle of the week. And Severino pitched. I mean, I was impressed by Severino in the World Baseball Classic. We called that game against the U.S., and he was lights out. I think he only went 4 1/3, but the 4 1/3 that he did go, I mean, he was vintage Luis Severino. Braden's going 10-7. Deadwire, I'm going to have to get used to it. I'll be honest with you. My first impression was I didn't like it. But the more and more that I see it, the more and more I understand they were going with. I guess it's because my youth, my childhood, I grew up with the Baby Blues, and I would have liked to have seen more of a replica of that. But I understand they want to put their own twist on it. So it's not terrible. It's I like the original City Connects, to be honest with you, mainly because they reminded me of the Hank Aaron days. I don't like the A thing that was on the original City Connect, so this is an improvement. There's other couple. I haven't really looked at all the different features and the details of it as Chris Sale's firing his final warm-up tosses. We're getting set for that. Leading off for the A's, it'll be Wilson, Ibanez, and Langoliers. We already went through the lineup, so if you missed that, we'll continue to tell you who's coming to the play as we go along. Left to right in the outfield, it's the Yaz, Michael Harris II, Ronald Acuna Jr. Around the horn, left to right, third to first, it's Riley to Dubon to Ozzie to Olsen. The Drake is behind the plate, and Chris Sale is on the bunk. That's something we did not see a whole lot of in Snitker's tenure. We never saw the catcher behind the plate the day after a night game. Now, Drake's a lot younger than most of the catchers we had during Snitker's tenure, but it is to be noted because we didn't see it last year. Drake always took a seat. I was kind of expecting him to be the DH today and Heim in the lineup, but hey, you'd like to have a good bat like Smith at the DH position. The only thing that stinks when you do that is that you don't have Smith to insert as a pinch hitter. And I believe we can lift the curtain now. I'm getting the nod from the back. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way from Chris Sale to Wilson. Wilson! Right there for a strike. It's on. The 0-1. Fires. Pitch just outside the zone. 1-0. So 1-1 count. Swing, slider. Fouls it back out of play. It's 1-2. So far, so good. We're not getting the same thing we got last night with that. Sometimes I just wonder if they have to clean the lenses or there's some kind of maintenance that they're just not doing from time to time, and that's why it comes in bumpy from time to time. The 1-2 pitch, swing, fouls it away. Do it again. And who knows, maybe the guy or gal who's normally in charge of setting that thing up had a wedding or something that they were at, and that's why it turned out. If y'all weren't with this last night, it's about the second or third inning before it finally stabilized. The 1-2 from Sale. Wilson digging in. The pitch swing. Just got a piece of that in and out of the glove of Drake Baldwin, so it'll be 1-2 once again. Would have loved for Drake to have held on to that foul tip. Those are so difficult. Anyone who's never played catcher, the ball just spins. And look, the better you're at holding on to that, obviously the better it is for your team, but that's a difficult thing. The 1-2, swing, slices it towards right field. Ronald Acuna Jr. is camping underneath it, and he'll flash his peach glove, make the catch, and there's one away. So Drake is behind the plate, and Dominic Smith is the designated hitter, meaning later in the game, if we go for pinch hitting, Heim is really your only lefty coming off the bench. As Andy Ibanez stands in, first pitch swinging, pops it back foul, forcing fastball. It's 0-1. Ibanez had a good night last night. Braves nothing, A's nothing, top of the first inning. So they got him back in the order. Big trucks in Lake City. The 0-1. Swing, slices it foul. It's 1-2. So no 2 count. Pitch on the way, swing, chops it over towards Riley. He'll grab it, fire it, and it's a 5-3 put out, 2 down. 2 down. Top of the first inning. Yeah, I'm with you, Charlie. And if you're betting rent on the A's on the road on a day game versus Chris Sale, you got a whole litany of problems. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch right there to Langoliers is right down the pipe for a strike. Good slider. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and fires. Swing. Fouls it back. It's 0-2. It moved to 8.5 on the money line, I noticed right before we went to first pitch. I mean, that to me is the best bet of the game. It does make you nervous because you don't know if one of these teams gets an early lead, if the other one's going to put the also-ran coming out of the bullpen. But the thing about the Braves is their 2 long men they used last night. So it's full bore on the bullpen today, the 0-2. This is how I wanted to. They're going to want some of these guys to get work. So I don't think the Braves are going to be bashful on using their part of the pen. I think the best bet today would probably be the under at 8.5, unless you just took a side, A's under, etc. 1-2 count, swing, rattles it foul, in and out of the, may not even hit the glove. I think it touched the glove of Drake and then smacked his chest protector. 1-2 count. Langoliers, man, he's been impressive this year, hasn't he? Batting .350, 4 home runs already. We haven't even been into the season for a week. The 1-2. Swing, lifts it. High into right field, giving chase Acuna and Olsen. Ronald Acuna Jr. make the catch, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the bottom of the first. 0-0 in Hotlanta.
I got 2 words for you. Steve Nash and Chris Paul. Must-see TV.
That's more than 2 words.
You didn't say 2 words. You said quick to the point.
You just said I got 2 words. Steve Nash and Chris Paul must see.
See, that's why I messed up, because I was trying to think of 2 words. I could have said that. Okay.
2 words.
Nash and Paul.
That's 3 words.
That's 3 words.
If you're a man, you might think that you're showing etiquette by letting a woman go first, whether it's on the staircase, the escalator. What you might not know about our culture is that having a man behind you is seen as something uncomfortable, like being watched.
Or, now hear me out, and I know this may be a hard concept. How about when you come to America, nobody else has to adapt to your culture? How about that? How about you adapt to American culture? How about that?
On my mama. No way it's billions and billions of us and nobody got superpowers.
Upon the untimely death of Mets manager Gil Hodges, who was Yogi's dear friend, Yogi became the manager of the Mets in 1972. And in 1973, he overcame the odds once again, find himself in the middle of a heated pennant race. The team's motto that year, "You've gotta believe," embodied the underdog nature of Grandpa's persona.
The New York Mets are in first place.
Somehow, the Mets managed to overcome a 12.5 game deficit in July to win the pennant, which sent Yogi back to the World Series. Again, Yogi told the press, "I never thought we were really out of it. You're not out of it until it's mathematical." It's this last bit, "you're not out of it until it's mathematical," that ultimately evolved into his most famous quote of all time. "It ain't over till it's over." The most amazing thing about this quote is that there's no definitive proof that he ever originated that exact phrase. But it didn't matter, because as with every other aspect of his life, the myth outgrew the facts.
You told me you were interesting, but you're literally always in bed. I'm into resting.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Severino to Ronald Acuna Jr.'s high and out of the zone to get us going here. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Acuna, Drake and Olsen do up the 1-0. Check swing, top of the zone. Did it touch the paint? Did not. They check around, see if he went around. They said that he did, first base umpire, Dan Merzel. It's 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, 1-2. To me, the main reason for I think the best bet was the under in the first 5 innings, because the Braves' offense is usually just stagnant in these day games. And then top On top of that, you got the two really good pitchers. The 1-2 misses high, 2-2. Now, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully the Braves explode for some offense here. But I've been doing these games for way too long to expect any kind of offensive explosion. The 2-2 misses high, 3-2. To me, if the Braves score 3 runs in the first 3 innings, or the first 5 innings, that's an offensive explosion on a day game following a night game. The payoff pitch. Brings it, swing, whistles it foul into the crowd. We'll do it again. Doesn't look like it's a very good fan turnout so far either with the early start. Less than half full, but a lot of them may be in the concessions. The payoff pitch. Just misses outside. Oh, no. They're going to call strike 3, but Acuna's going to challenge that, and you got to challenge it. Good challenge by Acuna. That pitch looks well off the plate. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how accurate. That is a ball. There's no way that is a strike. Yep, we got the call. And Ronald Acuna Jr., great challenge by Acuna. Talked about it last night. We felt like he was a little gun shy. He had 2 specific calls that you would have liked to see him challenge, and he didn't. So 1 on, nobody out. First pitch is a strike to Matt Olson. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Acuna over at first. See if he might give a chase on wins. The 0-1 just off the plate. It's 1. 1-1 count. I said Olson. Drake Baldwin. Olson's on deck. The 1-1 pitch inside. 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Nothing your score. Just getting going here in the bottom of the first inning. The rubber match of a 3-game series. The 2-1 swing. Bangs the sweeper down the first base line. It's 2-2. Always like it when I see Drake have more than a 1 or 2 pitch at bat his first time around, because even if it's not intentional, even if it's a couple pitches that went outside the zone, I feel like he gets more locked in. By his second at bat, he always is much more patient. They're going to flip it over to first real quick, and Acuna is going to get called out. He gets punched out over there. He wants Weiss to challenge. He didn't slide. He just went over there and stuck his foot back over to the bag, and they tagged him on the top leg, top of the back of the leg. Weiss is looking for, here's the thing. They're going to say he's out. They're not going to challenge it. I think he is actually safe. The problem is the camera angle. There's not a good camera angle to show it, but if you piece it together, you can see his foot hit the bag before it touched the top of the wall. And where the umpire is, he's in terrible position to see that part of it as the 2-2 misses outside wide 3-2. But you know what? When it's all said and done, that's lazy base running. You've got to get down. If you're going to take that big of a lead, you've got to be prepared to slide. And so far, I'm not impressed by Goodwin and the base running of the Braves to start the season. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and sliced foul into the left field side. Bangs just past the tarps. It's full count. You've got to slide there. You've got to set yourself up to when the first move comes back, you can just dive. And Acuna knows that. And all we've heard in the offseason, how great Goodwin's been. We've had some terrible base running so far. The 3-2, they checked down the line. He did not go. So that'll be a 1-out walk. And what should be first and second and nobody out is 1 on, 1 out. So we'll see if the Braves can cash in anyways. But that's the kind of stuff that drives you crazy about Acuna. It always will. It always has. There are times where he's nonchalant because he's so talented, he doesn't do the little things correctly. First pitch swinging by Olson is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. And, you know, honestly, he's coming over from the BCR, or the BCR, the WBC is the 0-1 pitch, down and in, 1-1. And not just the WBC, but then prior to that, he was in the Venezuelan leagues, and they don't really do a lot of throwing back over the bases. 1-1 pitch, swing. Chops it back, foul, it's 1-2. And there's a lot of what most people would consider just basic fundamentals that aren't really, they're not focused on in the Venezuelan league because these guys come over and they play such a little part of it. There's not a lot of coaching that goes on. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Olson chases one down around his shoe tops, and there's 2 away. And I do think it's good that Acuna gets the at bats in during the offseason, but you got to counter that when he comes back. The coaching staff, you got to be on him. I mean, there's just no other way around it. You almost have to teach him, treat him with kid gloves because he is like most prima donnas. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. First pitch to Riley is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. But there's a way you can approach him and get him to focus on those fundamentals and not be condescending at the same time. 2 outs, runner at first, the 1-0, swing and a miss. Took a mighty cut at that cutter. It's 1-1. Yeah, Olson's definitely not right yet. Good to see you, Richard. RT. The 1-1 pitch, down and away. Ball 2, 2-1. If he can keep the line moving, the Yaz is on deck. Ozzy's in the hole. The 2-1 to Riley. Check swing. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did not. 3-1. Three-1 count. Gaz standing in on deck. 3-1 outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. We've got runners at first and second. 2 outs. Man, you just think about what could have been. Bases could be loaded right now. 1 out. They're going to go out there and talk to Severino real quick. Looks like that's Scott Emerson, the pitching coach for the A's. He's not wearing his jersey number, but he's out there in a hoodie. So bases are loaded. I'm sorry, runners on first and second, 2 outs. Yastrzemski, I was over here thinking about what could have been. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way inside. The sinker misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Kicks and fires, swing. Fouls it away. 1-1 count. Base hit here would most likely score the Drake from second. The 2 outs, he'll be running on contact. The 1-1 from Severino as he winds and kicks. Fouls it away. Sinker on the outer edge. It's 1-2. Braves will start a brand new series tomorrow night, 9:45 for you Night Owls. We'll come on the air an hour before. The 1-2. Swing, slaps it foul. Back behind the plate. It's 1-2 once again. Actually, check that out. I think it's 9:40. They have a weird start time out there. Next two nights, 9:40 and then 7:15 on Saturday night and 4:10 on Easter Sunday. Happy early Easter to everybody. The 1-2 as Severino turns and fires it to second. Drake was already standing there, and he decided to go ahead and throw anyways, and nobody was covering the bag. Wilson was standing back there. He makes the catch. Good thing Wilson kept an eye on that. That would have been a disaster for the Athletics. The 1-2. High and inside. Ball 2-2-2. Ozzie Albies stands on deck. Michael Harris is in the hole. The 2-2. Down and away, ball 3-3-2. So Deuce is wild. You got 2 on, 2 outs, 2 strikes. If he puts one into the gap, you could score 2. Good to see you, Goat. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will end the inning. The Braves get a couple on. They didn't get them across. They did run that pitch count up. We're back in a flash here on the BCR when we return.
Okay, if global warming is real, how do you guys explain this? I just my pants.
Ever wondered why Alabama fans everywhere say Roll Tide? It's not just a chant, it's part of college football legend. The story starts back in 1907, when Alabama battled Auburn in a muddy slugfest. Alabama wasn't supposed to have a chance, but they fought to a 6-6 tie. A sports writer from the Birmingham Age Herald described how the players walked off the field covered in red mud, calling them a Crimson Tide. The name stuck, and the Alabama Crimson Tide was born. But where does Roll Tide come in? That came later. As fans watched the team roll over opponents through the years, the phrase became a war cry. First appearing in Alabama's fight song, Yay, Alabama, with the line, Go, Roll to Victory. Over time, those words turned into 2 that define an entire fan base, Roll Tide. Today, Roll Tide means more than football. It's a greeting, a celebration, even a way for Alabama fans to recognize each other anywhere in the world. No matter where they are, one Roll Tide gets an answer right back. So next time you hear it, know this. It's not just a slogan. It's pride. It's legacy. It's Alabama tradition that's been rolling for over a century.
But the relentless Cincinnati attack came back to put Boston on the short end of a 6-3 score heading into the bottom of the 8th.
Just the whole series, a lot of back and forth. They took the lead, we took the lead, back and forth.
And now, stepping into the spotlight was Boston's dangerous pinch hitter.
My favorite teammate was Bernie Carbo. He could come out of a Coleman pitch hit. He just had an amazing demeanor about it.
With 2 on, Carbo fought one off.
2-2 pitch.
He would then fire one off, turning Fenway into a frenzy.
Deep center field, way back. We're tied up.
Thank you for hyping and subscribing to BCR, your home for radio baseball. Welcome back in. Chris Sale goes back to work. 0-0 your score. We're heading to the top of the second here in Braves country. Chris Sale coming set, flexing his bright red glove, and he'll turn to Brent Rooker, fire the 4-seam fastball inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Sale looks in. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Good change up there. 1-1 count. Pitch swung on and lifted into very shallow center field, drifting back, making the catch. Is Ozzie Albies, one away. One down. Chris Sale, by the way, if you missed it earlier in the week, moved to 9th all-time on the strikeouts for left-handers, just above Warren Spahn, the great Warren Spahn, Atlanta Brave lefty. First pitch to Muncy is high and out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Max Muncy, no, not that Max Muncy, digs in. 1-0. Slider smacks the bottom of the zone. 1-1. He's got the same name as Max Muncy, but I'll tell you who he kind of reminds me of in the face. He looks like Whit Merrifield is the 1-1, swing and a miss. 1-2. 1-2 count. Merrifield, he doesn't play anymore, but I'll tell you what, he's a good follow if you haven't followed him on X yet. 1-2 pitch, down and away. 2-2. He doesn't tweet a whole lot, but when he does, he normally has something to say. Braves nothing, A's nothing, 1 down. Top of the second. The 2-2 from Sale, turns and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 22 pitches now for Sale. It's hard to believe that's his first strikeout of the day. What you'll see from Chris Sale, we all know he leans on that slider. That is his go-to punch-out pitch. First pitch to Soderstrom is that slider. It's 0-1. He throws that slider. Now it's interesting. This year, he went a little more fastball to start that first start as the 0-1 swing and miss. It's 0-2. That first start, he threw the four-seam fastball 49% of the time and the slider 39% of the time. Changed 10 and the sinker 2. But typically, you see the slider a little more than the fastball. I'm sure it'll even out over the starts as the 0-2. Down and away, 1-2. A lot of that may have to do something with the fact that you've got that first start. Sometimes the guy just doesn't have quite the feel that he does for his primary pitch, and he'll leave it alone. The 1-2 pitch right there. Bang, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. Soderstrom will take a seat, and we'll take the bats when we return.
Oh, my mama, that church breath, a different type of breath. Pastor breath smell like holy shit.
Hey, I'm you from the future.
Really? Do I have lots of friends?
2 really good ones.
No more naps, though, right?
Way more naps.
Am I at least rich?
I'm actually here to ask you if you have a 20.
I just think hurricanes should have slang names. What do you mean slang names? I'd be scared as hell of Hurricane LaQuisha. What?
Come here every week because my wife left me. Oh, well that's... Yeah, she took the kids, the house, the dog, everything. So now I just drink beer and watch this
Jerry, we're on camera.
I don't give a This place is the only damn thing I got left. Woo!
Alright, well, okay, thanks. Enjoy your free hot dog.
Men, be honest. One has to go. Beer, sports, women, or video games. What are you giving up?
In 1973, George Steinbrenner bought the Yankees.
They better represent themselves like Yankees in the same pride and tradition of the era of the past.
3 years later, in 1976, he brought Yogi back as a coach.
There is Yogi. Reggie Jackson. Long drive right field. It is. Goodbye.
The Yankees had not been to a World Series since Yogi was fired in 1964, but as soon as he returned, they immediately reached the World Series 3 years in a row.
For the 22nd time in 75 World Series, the New York Yankees are the champions.
Even though they won back-to-back World Series titles in 77 and 78, giving Yogi his 12th and 13th rings, it was a tumultuous time for the Yankee organization. They were known as the Bronx Zoo, and it was Yogi who helped keep the team together when things got out of hand.
Some of the Yankees' minds weren't on tonight's game when they came to town. Reggie Jackson was still feuding with manager Billy Martin.
He just took Reggie Jackson out of the ball game, and Jackson hit the top step of the dugout and went bang right at Billy Martin. People over there can see it.
Now people are climbing on the dugout roof.
Now the police are down in the dugout, or along the dugout.
The Yankee dugout is a cauldron, and right down there now.
Welcome in your home for the classic call, Radio Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Severino. The Ozzie Albies is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Infield is back and to the right. 1-0. Misses high. Cutter. And that's ball 2-0. I think Langoliers is challenging that. Here we go. He is challenging it. And he is wrong. Not Langoliers. I'm sorry. That's Wins behind the plate. Knew I was going to do that today. So they lose the challenge. 1 left to my count. Righty-lefty, the sinker misses high and out of the zone. Ball 3-0. So now if you're Ozzie Albies, you've got to make him throw a strike. Standing on deck is Harris. 3-0. Just touches the outer edge, 3-1. Good take by Ozzie there, because if you swing at that, that's a pop-up. The 3-1. Swing and a miss, Cutter. Top of the zone, full count. Now you're thinking along with Ozzie here. He has seen cutter, sinker, sinker, cutter. Got to figure he might be going back to the cutter again. He's had good movement on it. The 3-2 pitch. Way high outside wide. That was the cutter, but it won't matter. Ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. And Ozzie gets things going here. Bottom of the second. 1 on, nobody out, and here comes Money Mike. Moving to the on-deck circle is Dom Smith. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and fires in the dirt. 1-1 count. Severino brings it. Drops the changeup right there at the knees. They call that a ball? I guess Langlier's not going to challenge it. That was right down Main Street. Michael lucked out on that one. The 2-1. High and out of the zone, ball 3-1. Makes you wonder if they just have a philosophy of we need to save that final challenge till inning number X, Y, or Z. Like whatever they've decided, whether it's the 7th, the 8th. Don't blow 2 challenges early. Is the 3-1 swing and a miss. Chase one a little off the edge. You'd like to see him to take that one. Even if that did hit the zone, it barely hit the zone. That would have been a pop-up. Full count to Michael. Ozzie at first. Nobody out. They're going to flip it over to first real quick, and Ozzie's just back in time. I'll tell you what, Severino, he's making up with his lack of control early on with some good pickoff moves. That was close. At least Ozzie dove back like you're supposed to, and he barely got back there in time. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, blew it right by him. 97-mile-an-hour sinker. Harris's bat was a little behind that one. Must have been sitting on the cutter, and there's one away. One down, and Dominic Smith, the batter. I was a little surprised to see that he has bad numbers against Severino. If you weren't here for pregame, he's 0 for 8 lifetime. This just seems like someone he would hit. Lefty-righty, the first pitch swinging, fouls off the four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. Coco, as far as, are you talking about who's doing it more? The catchers are definitely challenging more. Is the 0-1 swing, chops it foul. It's 0-2. neither one of them had a winning percentage, meaning over 50%. But they both, but the percentages weren't terrible. They were. I want to say the one that I saw this a couple of days ago. So keep that in mind. This is after the first series. I want to say I saw 43 and 37% respectively. Catchers over hitters. The 0-2 swing, slices it foul. Do it again. So yeah, that's the success rate. Not like I said, neither one of them's got a winning percentage. I don't expect them to have a winning percentage at the end of the year. 43 and 37 to me seems extremely high. I think it'll even out as the 0-2 pitch. Swing, slices it to left field. And what do you know? Dominic Smith, when you're due, you're due. He hits one into center field. Throw comes over to third. Ozzie head first slide. And we've got runners on the corners. And one out. Good piece of hitting. A slap single by Dominic Smith. 95 miles an hour off the bat, but right to the center fielder. And your Atlanta Braves got something rocking and rolling. Slice it off the end. You're saying 95. I'm not buying that. But nonetheless, it's a single. Runners at the corners, one out. First pitch on the way misses high. Dubon's going to take it. That was a terrible call. Lebensparger, man, I thought he's one of the few guys that hasn't improved with the ABS. This guy's horrific. The 0-1. Another high one. Did he call it? No, he didn't. 1-1. They may take it out of people's hands, the batters. Certain batters, they may tell them, we don't want you challenging. Man, when it's that obvious, you'd like to see him call it the 1-1. Cutter misses ball 2-1. So what should be a 3-0 count and have a chance to load the bases with Acuna on deck, instead it's a 2-1 count. Really makes a big difference in the at-bat is the 2-1 pitch. Swing, chase one out of the zone. Fouls it back, it's 2-2. All 4 pitches have been out of the zone and high in the zone. But a 2-2 count. Severino looking to get a double play to get himself out of this. Acuna on deck. Fly ball would score us a run, the 2-2. High and out of the zone, ball 3-2. So a full count now. Remember, Acuna's already successfully challenging the first inning as the payoff pitch. Swing, pops it up. That won't go anywhere. It's going to be a can of corn just past second base. Making the catch at second is Hernandez, and there's 2 down. So that was the only pitch, by the way, that was in the zone that entire at bat. Not challenging those pitches, and I get it, but I'd be more in favor of saying, hey, if something is egregious, if you just think it's on the edge early in the game, don't touch it. But if it's egregious, go for it. Because at some point, you got to trust your batters. Ronald Acuna Jr., first pitch down and away. It's 1-0. And Langoliers must be gun shy, because that one pitch to, who was that to? Was that to Dominic Smith? Is the 1-0. Just misses outside. Ball 2-0. That one right there is a 50-50, so you challenge that, you're on your own. But when he, whoever was that took that changeup right down the heart of the plate and it was called a ball, I think Langoliers might have been gun shy there as the 2-0 swing and a miss, 2-1, or might be handcuffed. His manager might say, all right, once you lose one, leave it alone, buddy. I still say they need to have 2 for the first 8 innings and then start giving you 1 for the 9th, 10th. They are giving you 1 in the extra innings, is the 2-1, outside, wide, 3-1. And that's every inning in the extra innings. You will have 1. 3-1 count. You'll have both of them if you haven't used any of them. But other than that, you'll have one. The 3-1 misses high, ball 4. So Acuna walks himself down to first base. Hopefully he doesn't get picked off this time, and we got something going here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. You got a right-hander warming up in the pen for the Athletics as the first pitch is down and in. Looks like that's Michael Kelly warming up. First pitch to the Drake, misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Nothing to score. Base hit should score 2 with 2 outs. They'll be moving on the play. The 1-0. Right down the heart, sinker. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Ducks all over the pond. Pitch, swing. That ball's laced towards left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run will score. It's 1-0 Atlanta. Here comes the throw to the plate, and Dominic Smith is safe. And the Drake comes through with a 2 RBI base knock, baby.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
The Drake is good. Went with that pitch on the outer edge, just punched it to left field. As that ball smacked down, Dominic Smith was going all the way. Good send over there by Watkins, our third base coach. So 2 on, 2 out now. Runners at first and second. A little surprised that we didn't get Acuna to third, but he might have been held coming around that bend. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is out of the zone to Big Matt Olson. It's 1-0. Wouldn't this be a good time for him to rip into one? 1-0. Kicks and fires. Just touches the top of the zone. 1-1. 1-1 count. 2-0 your score, Atlanta. With 2 on, 2 across, and 2 outs. Here in the second, deuces are wild. The 1-1 pitch. Swing, pops it back foul, will do it again. The 1-2. 4-seam fastball, high and out of the zone. So a 2-2 count, 2 on, 2 out. Up 2-0 in the second. Deuces are mad wild. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Foul tipped into the glove, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves put 2 on the board. The Drake.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
You just wait till you're married too. I am. I married my best friend. How about we normalize not marrying someone you hate? Goodness, you are insufferable and you're ruining it for everyone else who wants to get married.
Okay, maybe I'm crazy here, but I thought when you bought Shake and Bake, the whole purpose behind it was to shake the seasoning in the bag that it comes with, Shake and Bake. But I hadn't bought it in a long time, and I decided to make some pork chops with it the other night. And I opened it up, and it's just 2 seasoning packages. And on the box, it says, no shaker bags for less plastic packaging. What?
Blowing smoke up your arse. Where does that saying come from? Well, it's an interesting one, and it's quite a literal saying. In the 1700s, tobacco smoke was used as a medicine for all sorts of ailments, things like cholera, typhoid, anything, like headaches even, they try it on anything. And what they would do, they would take a tube, they place it up your drain pipe and blow smoke into your conservatory to see if you got better. Blowing smoke up your ass. Fact.
Does anybody else walk into Dick's Sporting Goods, look at the prices, and walk right back out because you're disappointed? You're not spending $125 on a hoodie?
I think it's that amazing moment of hope and the willing of it fair. And it becomes, in some ways, the most iconic moment in the history of Fenway Park.
We will have a seventh game in this 1975 World Series.
You know what I tell everybody? The Red Sox won that World Series 3-4.
And Cincinnati has won the World Championship, beating the Boston Red Sox 4-3. The Reds win it in Fenway Park.
Welcome back. Atlanta leads this one 2-0. We're going to the third inning. Chris Sale goes back to work. First pitch is down below the knees. Four-seam fastball just below the knees. It's 1-0. 1-0. Four-seamer touches the top of the zone. Good pitch there. 1-1. 1-1 count. Turns and burns, and right there for a strike. Hit him with that slider again. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Slider down and in. Good take there. Byron Eyes. 2-2. 2-2 count. Pitch on the way, swing, and that ball's lifted high and deep into center field, giving chases Michael Harris. 75% of the world is covered by water. The rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. One away. That ball was going and going. Thought it might get up at least at the wall, to the wall. Thankfully, he had just enough room. Chris Sale goes back to work, and the first pitch on the way, swing and a miss slider. The second baseman, Darrell Arnaiz. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Outside wide. 1-0. I've been saying this for a long time, but if it doesn't tell you already, is the 1-1 from Sale. Kicks and fires. Lifts it into right field. Acuna's got it. He's on target. On his radar, flashes that peach glove with the green sleeve, and there's two down. If it doesn't tell you already, because you just look around the park and it's about half empty, these 12-15 starts are just too early. No other team starts this early. It really is insane. And I don't know why they do it, because I do believe there's a direct effect from the night before. Reason why we always have all these struggles with the offense is the first pitch is a slider right there for a strike. It's 0-1. You figure last night, best case scenario, after interviews and all that kind of junk, you got home around midnight after the game. And it was a fairly quick moving game last night as the 0-1. Down in 1-1. And you got to turn around and be back at the ball field. There's no batting practice on day games, but you're still going to be there around 9, 10 o'clock on a noon, 10 at the very least, 9 o'clock on a noon start as the 1-1 pitch swing, chops it over to short. Dubon's got it, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. I'm just saying push it back an hour. 1 o'clock, somewhere in that neighborhood. We'll head to the bottom of the third. 2-0, good guys.
I'm starting to believe that I will never be old enough to know better.
Ouch on your ear. What does that mean? It means to be thrown out of somewhere, and that's where it originated. For someone to be physically grabbed and thrown out by the ears.
I got beef for self-checkout, dude. I'll put the item in the bagging area. Give me a f***ing second. I'm not stealing panko breadcrumbs. I'll give you the money. It's there. Give me 1 millisecond.
Every time I open Facebook and I see a picture of Ryan Clark with a quote on it, I know, without a doubt, I'm about to read the dumbest I'll see all day.
The following year, Fenway lost one of its greatest fans in Tom Yawkey. Tom had owned the Red Sox for 4 decades.
He's just a tremendous man. He has tremendous magnetism. He held his composure, but he accepted and carried the loss. And he was the guy who would go around and pat everybody on the shoulder to try to pep him up and get him ready for next year. He wanted to win worse than anybody. He was just a fantastic man.
Thanks in great part to Yawkey's vision, attendance at Fenway reached more than 2 million in 1977, the first time Boston had achieved that mark. Some of the credit for fan interest can be traced to the emergence of Jim Rice as he began to take the left field torch from Yaz.
The left fielder for the Boston Red Sox sort of is one of these great positions that sort of evolves into a kind of folklore that you hand it down from Ted Williams to Carl Yastrzemski to Jim Rice and on and on.
If you fill left field for Boston in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, you better be a home run hitter. You better be a guy who can uphold the tradition or the fans are going to let you have it.
And there's a line shot, left field. Looking up, this ball is gone, a home run.
Well, let's see if Austin Riley can keep the good times rolling. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball. Up top for a strike, it's 0-1. He walked his first time up. The 0-1. Right there, P at the knee, sinker from Severino. It's 0-2. Severino, he's a kitchen sinker, guys, these days. He has 6 different pitches he'll throw at you. The 4-seamer, the sweeper, and the sinker he likes the best. As the 4-seamer misses high and out of the zone. 1-2. Along with that cutter. So those come in 28, 25, 21, and 17 respectively. And then he's got a changeup and slider as the 1-2. Swing and a miss. There goes that slider. 1 away. He throws those just enough to keep you off balance. And when he's got them all working, he is one tough cookie to crack. So when you get him on the ropes, like we had him in the previous inning, you just want to get as many runs as you can because once he settles in, it could be a problem. First pitch to Yastrzemski is up top for a ball. It's 1-0. Of course, Severino has had his injury struggles over the years. 32 years old now. It seems like he's been in the league for so long. As the 1-0. Up top for a strike, 1-1. Came up with the Yankees in 2015 and was there until 2023 and 24. He went over to the Mets for 1 year, had a phenomenal season as the 1-1 swing and a miss. It's 1-2. One-two count. Tailed off towards the end of 24, and that's probably what cost him in free agency to stick around with the Mets. Instead, the A's came to calling as the 1-2 pitch. Swing, pops it up over there by the third base dugout. Giving chase. It'll bounce into the third base dugout out of play, and we'll do it again. Signed a deal with the A's, and he hasn't been very happy out there because if you're not familiar with that park, the ball flies out of there. It's a AAA ballpark. The ball absolutely flies. And so he has been vocal about not wanting to pitch at home games. And they've actually tried to make it work. He signed a 3-year deal in 2025, so he's got one more left on it. 1-2 count. Check swing. Go around. He did not. And that'll even it out at 2-2. The 2-2. Caught looking, strike 3. Got him with that nasty sweeper. 2 down. But just remember, Severino, keep an eye on him. Now, he is getting paid $25 this year, $22 next year. But he could be a trade target if the A's fall out of contention and at the deadline. And I think he would leap at the opportunity to get traded because of that park. First pitch swinging by Ozzie Albies is belted. That ball's going back, back, back. Get up, get up. Just foul. Man, that looked like pay dirt when it left his... The guy who caught the ball is... Lord have mercy, that ball missed the foul pole by 2 or 3 feet. A couple of the Braves guys in the dugout thought it left, but you can't see the ball cross over the pole. The 0-1. Misses high, 1-1. I think that's Mateo. Yeah, it's Mateo that thought it was gone. That might be why Mateo doesn't hit very well. His eyesight is the 1-1. Swing and miss is 1-2. He's got a sweatshirt on today. I guess it's cut out and over his jersey. Is he cold? It's a fairly warm day in Atlanta. The 1-2. Swing, pops it back foul. Do it again. Severino, he's about to throw his 80th pitch here in the 3rd inning. I don't expect him to be around much longer. You can't have a guy throw that much. You're paying this much. They might send him back out there for the 4th as the 1-2 misses high. Ball 2, 2-2. That's a big if. And you're talking about a guy where you want him at the end of 3 to be around 60, and he's 20 north of that. The 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that'll end the inning. They give him the option. He might ask him, if I throw a little longer, can I skip my home start? We'll be back in a flash. 2-0 good guys.
Y'all could call me old, but these days I just be excited to go home and lay down.
Called me Native American instead of Indian because I'm not from India.
And I agree. I would rather be called Native than Native American because the Americas was named after Amerigo Vespucci, who was from Italy.
Well, howdy do. You probably won't like what I have to say, but regardless, there's a common misconception that Christopher Columbus thought he was landing in India, and that's where the term Indians comes from a misconception about where he was in the world. That's not the case. The nation of India didn't exist until 1949. Prior to then, it was called Hindustan. The word Indian comes from the Spanish colonial term Los Niños Indios, children of God. Indios, Indians. Regardless, nobody's native of anywhere. Let's be real. Don't ask the Navajo where they got their land from, especially when it comes to the Zunis. And when it comes to naming the continent after an Italian guy who named it after himself, the Phoenicians named Europe. They're from the Middle East. That's how the world works. You know, roll with the punches. Sometimes people win, sometimes people lose. Sucks to suck.
When Reggie and Billy Martin go at it in Boston, who's pulling who away, and keeping a cool head.
They pushed and they shoved. They would fight. They would pout. They were unhappy people, of that there's no doubt. They were willing but tired and frustrated men.
You're fired.
Oh, not again.
I guess you all know why you're here. The manager of the New York Yankees for 1984 will be Lawrence Yogi Berra. And there is probably no Yankee in the world any more genuinely loved or respected than Yogi. Those who would say, well, can he manage? Well, let me put this proposition to you. He took the New York Yankees in 1 year to an American League pennant, and then for some reason a change was made, and they didn't win another thing for 12 years until 1976. Then he went to the Mets and he won a championship for the Mets, and for some reason there a change was made and they haven't won any pennants since. So Yogi Berra is a very unique man.
Nobody can see me.
Welcome back. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way is swung on. Wilson hammers it down the third base line, but foul. That was a hanging slider. Good to get that one back. It's 0-1. The 0-1 count. Turns and fires. Swing, fouls away. It's 0-2. If you're making 90 in New York, first of all, I'm sleeping in the stadium just because it's probably a lot nicer than most places. Don't worry about me, guys. I'll lock up. The 0-2. Kicks and grips. And that ball's going to get peppered over the first base side. Foul. Do it again. Exactly. Good Wi-Fi. Probably the 0-2 pitch. Swing, slaps it over towards second. Ozzy's got it. He'll flip it to first, and it's a 4-3, one down. Not only is it good Wi-Fi, but you probably get your hands on some good eats because you got to figure everybody goes home. There's got to be some version of concessions that's laying around. And God forbid if they left something unlocked for me to be able to fire up a grill. Or fryer, something. Infield back into the left. First pitch is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. What you talking about, Willis? Will I? Welcome to the club. The 0-1. Tosses it there, and it's swing and a miss. Nasty four-seam fastball. Getting it right by him. It's 1-2. Chris Sale, if he's going to hit his number today, he's only at 2 strikeouts. I think his over-under was 7.5. The 0-2. Just misses. 1-2. A 1-2 count. I wonder how long it's going to take for a guy to accidentally challenge something he thought he heard wrong and get himself out at the plate. The 1-2 pitch, swing, bangs it foul, do it again. Welcome in Richie 22. Braves 2, A's nothing. Top of the 4th inning. We do have one. The 1-2. Swing, lifts it. High and deep into left field. Drifting over, making the catch at the wall. Bangs into the wall, but holding on to it. Route number 2 is the Gaz. 2 down. Braves country today comes your way. Beginning of every series. Next one will be tomorrow at noon. But in the off season, we do one about once or twice a week, depending on the news. At least once a week. Yeah, I can just see someone tapping their helmet and the umpire going, "What? I called that a ball. Oh, my bad, my bad." Well, you want to challenge it. Changeup is down and in to start off the at-bat to Shea Bangaliers. It's 1-0. Wind's still pretty calm out there. It's blowing left to right or right to left now, but I mean we're talking about 5 to 7 miles an hour probably. The 1-0 swing, lifts it high and deep into left field, going back at the track, and that's just going to get over the wall. And Shea Bangaliers, his 5th home run of the season. Good Lord, get this guy out of town. It's 2-1. The lead's been cut in half. Towering shot, ex-Atlanta Brave. See how close. See, Yastrzemski tried to grab it over the wall. I'd say he was about 5 feet short. Good effort, though. First pitch smacks the outer edge for a Strike, it's 0-1. I don't think the wind aided that. I think it's getting out regardless. There's been a couple in this series that have been affected by the wind, but I don't think it's not today. The 0-1. Pitch misses out and away. 1-1 count. Yeah, John. He right now in the clubhouse, he's the AL MVP, but we all know they won't give it to a catcher on the West Coast. 1-1 outside wide. Changeup misses. Ball 2-2. I'd just like to see Sale get some strikeouts here, because when he starts getting strikeouts and he starts getting those guys twisted around, he can really get on a roll. The 2-1 pitch, swing, bangs it down the line. We'll do it again. The 2-2 count. Sale comes set. Brings it. Just below the knees. Changeup misses. Full count. Braves 2. A's 1. 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. The payoff pitch. Sale turns and burns. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So he gets his 3rd strikeout of the day. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Braves lead it 2-1.
Y'all ever been at work for 5 hours? Then when your sit there and look at the clock, it's only been 42 minutes.
There was once an island about 50 miles off the coast of Louisiana called Isle Dernier, which translates to Last Island, and it had a grand hotel, some private beach houses. It was where the wealthy would go to vacation. And popularity on the island increased in about 1853 when there was a yellow fever outbreak that claimed about 10% of the New Orleans population in its first year. People had started to notice they were less likely to get yellow fever if they were near sea air. We know today that yellow fever is spread through mosquitoes, and mosquitoes can't thrive in saltwater environments. So while they may have dodged a bullet with yellow fever, unfortunately they didn't have the radars that we do today. So in August of 1856, while they had no idea a hurricane was heading right for them. By the time it made landfall on August 10th, it was a Category 4 hurricane. As the island started to flood, it killed around 200 people. Not only that, but this island was once 25 continuous miles of land, and that storm divided it into 2 segments. Today it's 4.
How many years did you sign for, Yogi?
2 years. That's long enough. If you're any good, you may get an extension.
Does that mean we're going to win next season? We're going to have a playoff?
Well, I achieved everything in baseball. I got inducted in the Hall of Fame. I've been voted the most valuable player 3 times. I won the pennant with the Yankees and the Mets. But there's one thing I haven't achieved: win the World Series. And I hope do it this year, next year. No.
Can I interrupt you all a minute?
Total respect for Yogi, a guy that everybody loved, not because he was cute and funny, it's because he was good and he was real. He's just a gentle, kind soul, is why he's so loved.
And Yogi, a prophet in his own time. It ain't over till it's over. Look at Mattingly.
And you know you're getting old when your favorite bands from high school are starting to make stops in Montana.
Welcome back. Michael Harris will lead us off. Michael Harris II versus Severino. Stops in Montana. Braves lead it 2-1, bottom of the 4th. Kelly says that there's people asking the scores from time to time, and though we do give it repeatedly, remember it is in the top left-hand corner with the outs and everything else. First pitch to Harris is a swing and a miss. Strike off the edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Severino throws a changeup in the dirt. 1-1. Braves 2, A's 1, bottom of the 4th. 1-1. Down and in. And it's 2-1. 2-1 count. Kicks and fires, and that ball's chopped over to first. That'll be an easy play over there. Ibanez steps on the pillow one away. Severino at 85 pitches. If you could make him work a little bit, this will be his last inning. Coming to the plate now, the number 8 hitter, Dominic Smith. He'll be followed by Dubon. If anybody gets on, we go back to the top of the order. First pitch on the way is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Peter says that she can't see. We'll just remember this little life hack for you. You can always, is the 1-0 pitch right there at the knees. 1-1. Screenshot it, expand it, and there you go. 1-1 count. Swing, lifts it into right field. That ball's down for a base hit. And 1 on, 1 out, and the Braves got something going here. Dominic Smith with another base hit. Or you could just listen and pay attention. Either one. Or as we've said many a time, none of that works for you. You can't figure out that technology. Just Google it. First pitch on the way to Dubon is right there. For a ball, it's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Yeah, it's going to be interesting when they go to make is the 1-0 pitch, swing, fouls it away. 1-1. When we get back to first player, and I do believe it's going to be Murphy, that's probably the easier decision. They're probably going to get rid of Heim. I would really like to see them keep Heim and maybe get rid of somebody else. And I'll tell you who is the 1-1 pitch swing. Ball sliced into center field. That's down for a base hit. And it's a 1-out single. We got runners at first and second and 1 out.
Pardon me. Would you have any? But of course.
Dubon!
One of life's finer pleasures.
It is one of life's finer pleasures as we got runners at first and second and 1 out. Farmer seems like Farmer Mateo to me seems like the smartest move because as they come out to, this might be it for Severino, it is. Kotze is going to grab it and we're going to get the bullpen's opening up. Looks like a right-hander, I believe. Yeah, I believe that's the gentleman that we saw earlier in this series, but we'll have to double check. Be back in a flash here on the BCR. Welcome back to the 1 year score. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Braves got runners at first and second. 1 out. And the right-hander Alvarado. It is Alvarado. First pitch swinging by Acuna, pops it up. Terrible at bat. It'll be an F9 your scorecard, and there's one away. They should have done it today. I'm telling you, I just think he needs a day off. Smith goes down to third, tagging up. I mean, that was a bad at bat. There's no doubt about it. You swing at the very first pitch thrown, and it's high and to the other side of the plate. Best case scenario is going to happen is what just happened, which is a fly ball that advances a runner down to third, but now there's 2 outs. Drake Baldwin, the batter. He is 1 for 1 with the walk and 2 RBIs. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. The first pitch on the way, high and inside. It's 1-0. Maybe getting out there to Arizona will wake his bat up. Maybe he gets a little sleep in tomorrow with the late start time. The 1-0 count. Sinker rattles it foul over the third base dugout. It's 1-1. So to me, the obvious person you drop is either Farmer or Mateo. They're probably going to drop Farmer because they have more invested in Mateo. As they flip it over to first to keep the runner close by Alvarado. Keeping an eye on Dubon. Smith is at third. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. 2-1 your score, bottom of the 4th. Going to flip it over to first again, so now he's out of moves. So in theory, Dubon could take off. Now, you don't want to run yourself out of an inning, but we will keep an eye on that. Infield is back into the right versus the left-hander. Langelier steps out of the box in front of home plate. To motion the defense over. 1-1 count. Because when Murphy comes back, is the 1-1. Swinging and a miss, sinker. Outer edge, 1-2. When Murphy comes back, if you were to keep Heim, you could play Drake on the DH quite a bit and save his knees and whatnot for his bat and let Murphy and Heim tag team the catcher position. Plus, you always have an extra catcher in case of pinch hitting or an injury. The 1-2. Misses high, 4-seam fastball, 2-2. Luis Severino here in the 4th inning with 2 outs is out of the game. Alvarado is in. He's trying to keep it right where it's at. 2-1 Atlanta. Bottom of the 4th. The 2-2. Swing! Fouls it away. We'll do it again. And the other thing is you're going to lose one of those guys anyways when Kim comes back because you're not going to carry Dubon, Farmer, and Mateo all on the bench when you have Kim there as well. The 2-2. Misses high and out of the zone, 3-2. And don't worry, Dubon supporters, he's going to get plenty at bats because the plan is, before everybody got injured, was to give everybody regular days off. He can play the outfield. He can play all over the infield. The only thing he can't do is catch or pitch. The payoff pitch, swing, pops it back foul. We'll do it again. So the Braves are into the bullpen of the Athletics here in the 4th inning. Still only leading 2-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Game 1 of a doubleheader. 4:10 first pitch for Yankees versus Mariners. That should be a fun one. It's a good pitching matchup. Schlittler versus Kirby. The payoff pitch, runner goes, swing, just rolls it over foul. And we'll do it one more time. With Mateo's speed, if you can get one down into the gap, you can score 2. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. 2-1 your score. The payoff pitch. Swing, lifts it down the right field line and will do it again. Foul, well foul out of play. The payoff pitch. Runner goes. Swing! Four-seam fastball, 99. Peppers it into the seats. Braves 2, A's 1. The 3-2. Swing, lifts it high and deep into right center field. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will score. Your Braves lead it 3-1. 2 runs will score. It's 4-1, and the Drake comes through again. He's on a roll, baby.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
107 miles an hour off the bat. That ball was scorched into the gap. Matt Olson, your batter now. Runner at second, 2 outs. 4-1 Atlanta. First pitch on the way. High and out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. That was a great at bat by Drake Baldwin, peppering all those pitches foul until he got one he could handle. The 1-0. Swing and a miss over the top of the splitter. It's 1-1. Braves have a chance now to win the second series in a row, and this is with Acuna not hitting well at all, and Olsen and Riley they've been hitting terribly, but they're really not in their stroke at all. Is the 2-1 down and in? 1-1 down and in, make it 2-1. When they start swinging the bats, man, that's a heavy load of Acuna to Baldwin to Olsen to Riley. It doesn't really matter how you fill out the rest of it. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Behind on that one. It's 0-2. I think what's going on with Olsen is more between the ears. I think he's just a little off on his timing, probably second guessing himself. But he's still hit. I mean, he's not hitting terribly. He just hasn't gotten into one yet. Right? We don't see him scorching one over the wall. The 2-2. See if Matty can pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's going to dribble. You talk about a CNI single. That's going to score a run. Here comes the Drake around to score, and it's 5-1. Good guys.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
There's a dribbler in between the diving attempt of Wilson and a backhanded sliding attempt of Hernandez. I mean, you couldn't have rolled that ball better. It was not hit hard at all, but just enough to get past the two of them, and it brings the Drake around to score, and the Braves have a 4-run lead now, bottom of the 4th, and we're still batting. And Austin Riley, let's get his bat woken up. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Down and away. It's a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Outside wide, ball 2-0. 2-0 count. Sale will be going out there for the 5th inning. He's only at 54 pitches, so he's in good shape as far as that goes as well. The 2-0. Swing, lifts it. high into center field. Drifting underneath it just before the warning track, making the catch is Clark, and that'll end the inning. Well, we took a 4-run lead, 3 on the board. Let's take the 5th while we're at it.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
The faces from the past. You've walked past them many times. I don't think you've really looked at them. Go on, lean in. If you listen real close, you can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Listen, you hear it? Seize the day, boys. Hello.
Toga! The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
She did not drink the vodka. Toga! Because I drank the vodka.
Objection!
Please be seated, sir. This is not a courtroom.
Well, I object anyway. Toga!
October 11th. October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th.
Toga!
I drank all of those days. I drank. I'm drunk now.
Toga!
I'd rather fight beside you than any army of thousands.
Then take it! It's yours!
Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. Screw them.
You guys tired?
Go get all the sleep I need and I'm dead.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here.
Toga!
Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again.
You damn dirty son of a...
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
I want you to remember that no bastard ever won it by dying. You won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die.
Well, that was pleasant. Nice of him to stop by, don't you think?
Toga!
And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand, swiftly carry out thy command.
And this crowd's back into it now.
We gotta do something.
Absolutely.
You know what we gotta do? Toga party.
We can't afford to have a toga party.
Toga! 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 Okay? All right! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let me hear it! Let me hear it! Let me hear it!
Welcome back. Lefty-righty matchup. Chris Sale faces Muncy. The first pitch on the way is down and in for a strike. It's 0-1. I was wondering if Rebecca was close to that, because the way she described where she was pregame, and that ball by Ozzie, I mean, that thing was so close from leaving the building, or leaving the yard fair, is the 0-1. Right there for a strike, it's 0-2. I'm guessing that's the one you're talking about. It could be another pitch. The 0-2 count. Way outside wide, sinker 1-2. Chris Sale with only 3 strikeouts so far. And he has allowed just 1 hit, 1 run, a solo shot. Pitch on the way, swing. That ball scalded over to short. Good play by Dubon. Staying with it as it comes in and out of his glove. Fires it to first, 5-3, and there's one away. Tyler Soderstrom will stand in now. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in the second inning. Chris Sale starts him off with the sinker inside. Well inside, it's 1-0. Braves 5, A's 1. Swing. Fouls it away. Bangs up against the screen out there. 1-1. Atlanta Braves head on to Arizona. Make sure to catch Braves Country today, tomorrow at noon for you Country Club members. You'll get the audio later on for those not in the club. This is the 1-1 right there on the outer edge. It's 1-2. And I know a couple of y'all are excited because we're lifting the curtain on the PG-13. So y'all have fun in the chat. The 1-2 count during the Country Club broadcast, that is. 1-2 down and away, ball 2, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Kicks and fires, swing, ball lifted. High into center field, deep but not quite deep enough. Underneath it is Michael Harris II, and there's 2 down. Two up, 2 down here in the 5th. Sale, I mean, he's just cruising along. 63 pitches. We can get this. We can get wins taken care of. I mean, you could see Sale going 7, bare minimum. First pitch right there is a slider, 75, right at the knees. It's 0-1. Austin wins. Former Oriole in red, the 0-1. Swing, lifts that one to right field. And Acuna, he on it. He makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. A's go down. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 5th, leading 5-1.
I'll never forget. I remember I tried doing meal prepping one time. I tried it one time. It took me 6.5 hours. Yeah, it was about 6.5, 7 hours that it took me. Now, y'all, I kid y'all not. I ate all 5 of them meals in one sitting, and after that, I knew not to go playing with that. I said, damn, that's when I really started paying attention to service sizes, and I knew I never wanted to serve.
Guess which planet is back in the news? Apparently, the giant, oversized gas blob isn't as giant and oversized as we thought it was. Either the space people miscalculated or Jupiter went on a diet. Maybe Jupiter saw my videos. Fat shaming works. New measurements say it's smaller than we thought. Jupiter has had its length and breadth measured again, and it turns out the giant planet is skinnier and shorter than scientists had thought. Jupiter was lying on its Tinder profile. That equatorial bulge is basically a beer belly. So I guess Jupiter just looks bigger from a distance. I don't know. It's still a cannibal planet. Jupiter eats other planets, but I guess it eats healthy planets. It only eats vegan planets. That's why it's so gassy.
Dedicated baseball fan, his voice was known to millions throughout his career. He is the first, along with Red Barber, to receive this coveted Hall of Fame honor. My love.
I learned a lot from him, and proud to be his friend, and then even prouder when the opportunity came for Ed to join our staff at Yankee Stadium. He had a lot of class and stature to it.
I don't know of any announcer, I can name 2 or 3, who did as distinguished a job for a ball club as he did for the Yankees.
It is 5-1. Your Atlanta Braves will go to the bottom of the 5th, and Hogan Harris, who we saw last night, comes into the game. The southpaw fires one down below the knees to Yastrzemski. Just misses low for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing, pops it up. Be a lazy fly ball into right field. F9 in your scorecard, 1 away. Jason said that, was it Coco said the ball looked like it was in slow motion. Coco, that's when you know the game is slowing down for you. That's when you're getting good, when the ball starts to slow down for you. It's a curve ball, down and in for a ball, it's 1-0. You might want to go out there and take some at-bats because that ball's still slowing down for you, man. We're going to need you in the lineup. The 1-0 count. Swing, chops it down the third base line. It's 1-1. 5-1 your score, and if you're just joining us, 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The Athletics have 1 run, 1 hit. It's a solo shot by Langoliers again. I mean, just either hit the dude or walk the dude. The 1-1 pitch, swing, laces it over to third. 1 hopper, good play out there by Muncy. Not that Muncy. 5-3 in your putout, and it's 2 down. First game of our double dip today, 4:10 first pitch. We got the Yankees versus the Mariners. Should be a good one. The Big Dumper and George Kirby on the mound with Cam Schlittler, the Schlittler Malt Liquor Bull, on the mound for the Yankees, and Aaron Judge. Lefty-lefty matchup, first pitch swing and a miss. It's off the edge. It's 1. The 0-1. Outside wide, four-seam fastball. Good take there by Michael. 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Curveball's banged over the first base side for a strike. 1-2. Man, Bat Boy, man, he had to run like a mile and a half. The ball rattled off the wall and it kept rolling, and it missed the little part that jets out that would normally knock the ball down. So he, poor guy, the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning. That poor guy had to run a mile to get that damn thing. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the 6th we go. Good guys, 5-1 here in Atlanta.
If anybody needs me, I'm going to be in Wishabitch Woods, wishing a wood all week long.
One fight changed Ernest Tubbs' life forever. Ernest and the Troubadours were playing Washington, D.C., but he was hitting the bottle a little heavy. After the show, the band had heard a fight between Ernest and Cal Smith.
Cal Smith had had an altercation with Ernest on the bus before we pulled out. I heard Cal say, "Son, you don't slap me. I ain't gonna go for that." And, so he got in the car with somebody else and went to the airport. And Ernest come up and sat down beside me and on the outside seat where I couldn't get out. He said, "Son, I want to talk to you about your problem." He kind of rubbed me the wrong way that night, and I said, "Ernest, I can handle my problems, but you got one you can't handle." And he said, "Well, when we get back to Nashville, you no longer work for Ernest Tubbs." I said, "Well, I don't have to get back to Nashville. I can get off here." He said, "Stop the bus." The bus kept running along beside me, kept saying, "Get back on, Jack. It's all right. Get back on." I said, "No, I'm through." And I walked to the next town, which there was a little all-night diner there. And asked the lady, I said, "Is there a bus goes by here?" She said, "Yeah, it comes about 6 o'clock in the morning." The bus finally pulled up, and I got up there and asked the guy how much it was Nashville, and he said $25. And I said, "I've only got 15. And about that time, somebody slapped me in the back of the head and said, "I'll loan you $10. It was Cal.
Red Barber. He did the first Major League Baseball game. There had been a college game or two, but the first Major League Baseball game on television, 1939, between the Dodgers and the Reds. And when he descended from the booth, having called that game, a lot of his fellow broadcasters surrounded him and they wanted to know what it was like. And Red put it this way: "Well, I'm not number 1 anymore. Now I'm number 2. That camera is number 1. And if you recall Red on TV, he was so spare, almost to the point where you wanted him to give you more. His protege, Vin Scully, figured out a way to split the difference. Vin on radio was providing more. But on television, he was still giving you stories and still giving you information. But Red absolutely drew a line in the sand between radio and television.
Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Chris Sale is right there. Just off the edge for a ball to Ernest, the number 8 hitter. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Slider. Pulled the string on that one. And it's 1-1. Braves 5, A's 1. We're in the top of the 6th inning. 1-1. Chops that one on a hard swing, but it fouls off the plate. I think got a piece of Ernest's foot as well. It's 1-2 as he walks that one off. Home plate umpire Livensparger stepping out to dust off the plate to buy him a little time. That definitely got a piece of him somewhere. He is flexing his foot or leg, taking another look at it. Oh, yeah, right on the instep. Man, that hurts. Oh, on the ankle. Even worse. I thought it got him on the inside, but it actually got him on the inside of his left ankle. The 1-2 count. Outside wide, 2-2. Tomorrow night, Raylo will be on the mound for the Braves. We'll be in Arizona, 9:45 first pitch. 2 late starts this week, Thursday and Friday night, is the 2-2. Fouls it back, just kind of punched it backwards. Get a piece of it. We'll do it again. Two count. 5-1 your score. Atlanta here in the 6th inning. Sale, his 71st pitch of the night. Swing! Just got a piece of it. And he is just... It feels like Sale should have about 5 or 6 strikeouts right now. He's sitting at, was it 3? And some of these, I mean, they're just getting a piece of it. The 2-2. Chops it over to third. Riley's got it. He'll fire it across the diamond. Backhanded by Olsen. And that is a 5-3 put out to get us going here in the top of the 6th inning. Good throw by Riley. Number 9 hitter Denzel Clark comes to the plate. Lefty-righty with the infield back into the left. First pitch on the way, swing and miss at that slider. It's 0-1. Clark grounded to short his first time up. Everybody in the lineup is over except for Shane Langeliers with the solo shot. The 0-1. Just smacks the outer edge. 0-2. Just think about it. If somehow that ball stayed close enough for Yastrzemski to make that grab as he was going over the wall, so we're talking about 5 feet, we'd have a perfect game going. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. That pitch was bounced to the plate. About a 55-footer. The 1-2 count. Still looks to be about half full in the stands today. It's a little disappointing, the 1-2 pitch. Misses high, 4-seam fastball, ball 2-2-2. Game today, later on here on the BCR, Yankees versus Mariners. Yankees have started off 4-1 as the 2-2 swing. Dribbles it over to short. Dubon's got it. He'll flip it to first. 6-3, 2 down. Mariners, they're 3-3 on the year. So not off to a great start, but they're muddling right around there with the rest of them in the division. Really, it's the A's are the only one off to a cold start in that West. A's are 1-4. The rest of the divisions 3-3 or better. Texas out to a 4-1 start. I think they said it was the first time in 6-7 years. First pitch is a 4-seam fastball to Wilson as we hit the top of the order. P at the knees, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, chops it over to first, and that's going to be a 3-1 put out, and that'll end the inning. So cruising along, we go to the bottom of the 6th here in Braves country, leading 5-1.
Okay, hear me out. But instead of having a happy hour, what if bars just had a sad hour where the strongest drinks were the cheapest? Everybody's totally cool if you just sit there and cry for a little bit.
In the 1950s, radio was losing ground to television in baseball coverage, until a singular innovation changed the game. In 1954, Texas Instruments introduced the Regency TR-1, the first truly portable transistor radio. And for the first of its kind, it was amazingly small, a plastic box around the size of a deck of playing cards, and with a 22.5 volt battery, it would last up to 20 hours. It wasn't cheap. The first model sold for $50, around $600 today, but it was worth it for those who could afford it, because suddenly you can listen to the Yankees in the park, or the Cardinals on a hike, and in a few years, these radios were everywhere. From author Robert Creamer, quote, "You could thread your way through the crowd on a beach and get the game from a dozen portables. In traffic, you'd hear it from 100 different cars," end quote. It took 60 years and the smartphone for live video to truly become portable, and in that time, radio carried baseball to generations of fans, wherever they happened to be.
For a man of Ruth's background, the temptations that fame and fortune brought were too great to ignore.
If you've been a poor kid, and he had been a poor kid, what you want more than anything is more to eat, more to drink, more to enjoy than you ever had in those times when your pleasures were in the dribs and drabs of an extra piece of bread or a bed next to the wall.
Here's a kid who grew up in an orphanage and probably had more animal appetites than 14 animals.
He devoured food, he devoured fun. He was always reaching out for something of enjoyment.
Babe Ruth is the only guy that ever lived up to his reputation.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Dominic Smith is inside for a strike. It's 0-1. Smith 2 for 2 on the day. Four-seam fastball from Harris is rattled foul over the third base dugout. It's 0-2. Any Brave of all time, anyone in the Braves organization of all time, who would you want to have a beer with? I think that's an easy choice for me as the 0-2. Fouls it away. So I'm going to take you back to the Boston years. Give me Mike King Kelly. Evidently, he was a hellraiser. So I'd be like, let's go. The 0-2 swing and a miss, strike three. Curveball off the edge, one away. Kid Nichols would be an interesting one just because he's the all-time Brave as far as WAR is concerned. Warming up in the pen is Robert Suarez. First pitch swinging by Dubon. That's going to be an easy 6-3 out. And there's 2 down. Dubon, the moment he hit it, he realized he shouldn't have swung at that. Ronald Acuna Jr. 0 for 1 on the day. 2 walks, though, and the first pitch swinging, four-seam fastball, blew it right by him. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it inside 1-1. Hank Aaron would be a cool one, too. I don't know, there's so many of them over the years. There's a lot of random ones that I would have liked to have met. Just because I grew up fans of them as a kid, is the 1-1 down and in. Ball 2-2-1. But, you know what they say, never meet your heroes. And that's probably a pretty fair statement. Braves 5. A's 1. The 2-1 pitch, down and in. Ball 3-1. But as far as more bang for your buck, give me Mike King Kelly. The stories about that guy. And Rube Waddell was technically on the Braves for a little bit. This is the 3-1 pitch. Swing, chops it over to short. That's going to be a 6-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. So we'll head to the 7th inning. Quick inning by the Atlanta's offense. Quick game by Chris Sale.
You are going to love this makeup. It looks like you're wearing nothing on your skin.
So I can pay $40 to look the same as I do when I wash my face?
It's a lot easier to add up 3 strikes in baseball than it is in bowling.
That's what's so great about new Magic Score. Magic Score does all the ripping. You just punch in your name at the beginning and bowl. The screen even tells you when it's your turn and which lane to bowl on. Magic Score. It makes bowling more fun for everybody. Little kids can bowl even if they can't hit. For my money, Magic Score is the best thing that ever happened to bowling since the automatic pin spotter. Yay! You knock them down, Magic Score adds them up.
You could go 0 for 4, 4 for 4, see me out to the game, and it was always going to be the same. How you doing, kid? Or he said to me one time, because I was a guy that liked to hit a lot, and I would hit extra, do all this stuff, and he would tell me, you're going to hit your way right into a slump. It took me a while to take that in, quite honestly, but I understood what he was saying probably years later.
I got traded to the Yankees in 1985. Dad was the manager.
You're able to separate the family from the manager standpoint. Is he a better guy as a manager or a father?
No, he's good both ways.
He's always smiling, I give him that.
We had a good team, but we got off to a rough start.
And nobody can get it.
But there was never a doubt that we were going to have a long winning streak at some point.
Does the best moment managing ever compare with the best moment play?
Playing's the best. I like that.
This from the manager on the hot seat, now with George Steinbrenner breathing down his neck.
Don't worry about Yogi. I tell you, Yogi is a survivor. I said, Yogi, how's he treating you? He said, don't worry about it. I said, is he on your lot? He said, we agree different.
Welcome back. Chris Sale, 6 innings, 3 strikeouts, and they're going to pull him. So probably just wanting to get some work in here on the bullpen. Just a dangerous game you play with that because you never know what the next few days are going to bring, and the next thing you know, Chris Sale will leave the game throwing just 79 pitches. But that'll line him up with good rest to pitch next Monday against the Angels, game 1 of that series. Jeff McNeil, the batter. So those of y'all who took Sale on the over strikeout number, well, that's over. You missed that by a landslide. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch from Suarez to McNeil is up top, changeup for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing. Rakes it down the first base line, foul. It's 0-2. Braves come into today with they're 1 game behind the Miami Marlins at 3-2. The Marlins are 4-1. So the Marlins start off with the Rockies and the White Sox as the 0-2 pitch. And he hits that just foul down the first base line. Olsen tosses it into the crowd. Phillies are 2-3, so a very tight start to the season in the division. 4-1, and Atlanta, the Mets, and Washington all at 3-2. Everybody's in action today. As McNeil gets a new bat. Looks like he might have cracked that last one. Orioles lead the Rangers 5-2. They're in the 5th inning. Pirates 3, Reds 1. They're in the 6th. Nationals and Phillies 1-1 in the 3rd. Blue Jays lead the Rockies 1-0 in the 4th. The Marlins are all over the White Sox as the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 away. It's 8-0 Marlins over the White Sox, and they're just heading to the 4th inning. Mets and Cardinals are in a rain delay. They're supposed to have started, so you're getting a bit of a late start to that. Rays and Brewers 0-0. And the Red Sox and Astros just began. It's 0-0. That's your out-of-town scoreboard. First pitch swinging by Langeliers. He slices it into right field. And it's a 1-out single for the Athletics here to start the top of the 7th inning. Braves 5, A's 1. Other games on the docket today. You got Angels and Cubs about to start in Chicago. Tigers and Diamondbacks later on in about an hour. The first pitch on the way is swung on, chopped over to third. That's going to be a 5, 4, 3 inning-ending double play. We've also got Yankees-Mariners coming your way, 4:10 first pitch. We'll be back in a flash. Time to get up and stretch. Welcome back. Drake Baldwin stands in to start off the bottom of the 7th. And the first pitch on the way from the right-hander Medina is fouled away. It's 0-1. The 0-1 in the dirt. 1-1. Luis Medina has been with the Athletics his entire career, started in 2023. Career ERA of 5.34 coming into today's action. The 1-1 pitch, swing, lifts it high and deep in the center field. Going back, get up. Making an incredible catch at the wall, over the wall, is that man Denzel Clark, robbing a home run from the Drake, and there's one away. We talked about him at the beginning of the series. Talked about him on Braves Country today extensively, and then the first game of the series talked about how we wouldn't get a chance to see him until possibly the second game, which we did, but that's the first outstanding play, and this kid is just a human highlight reel. You talk about someone who ought to be known as Spider-Man. That's it right there. Denzel Clark is something special. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Down and into Matt Olson. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Drake is laughing in the dugout. He's like, man, what the hell was that? The 1-0. Swing, chops it foul. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Slider underneath his hands. It's 1-2. Braves 5, A's 1, bottom of the 7th inning. The infield is back and to the right. 1-2. Slider. A little bit of a hanging slider, and Olsen got underneath it and smacked it back foul. We'll do it again. That is a pitch when Olsen is on that is heading towards the chop shop. He's just off on his timing right now. He is 1 for 3, though, and he does have an RBI, so all's not lost. 1-2. Swing. 98-mile-an-hour fastball is peppered into the crowd. We'll do it again. Luis Funky Cold Medina is from the Dominican Republic. 6'1", 175-pounder, just 26 years old. The 1-2 pitch. Down and in, 2-2. On deck is Riley. If they keep the line moving, it'll be Yaz and then Ozzie. The 2-2 swing, slices it over to third, backhanded by Muncy. Long throw, but he's got plenty of time with Olsen on the base pass. 5-3, 2 down. Two down, and Austin Riley is now batting just .200 to start the season with an OPS of .504. Really need to get his bat running. First pitch to Austin is inside. For a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Rocks and fires. High and out of the zone. 2-0 count. Riley walked in the first. Swing! That ball is hit high and deep into left field. Get down, get down. That's down for a base hit. Long turn by Riley. He'll stand at first. As a great defensive job over there by Soderstrom to catch it. Cut it off at the pass, and it's a 2-out single for your Atlanta Braves. Good hard hit there by Riley.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
Soderstrom did a great job of cutting that off at the pass. They were playing him to pull, but he did a great job of cutting that off. The first pitch to Yastrzemski is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. I wonder if Riley might be taken off here with 2 outs. Worst case scenario means 8th inning you'd lead off with the Yaz. Try to get him scoring position. Pitch on the way, down and away. Sinker misses. Ball 2-2. 2-0 count. Turns and fires. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. And it is 3-0. So a 3-0 count. Runner at first, 2 outs. The 3-0 pitch. Smacks the other upper edge, top shelf. 3-1. Hit him with the sinker. 3-1 pitch. Swing, pops it up. Left field side. Foul territory. Making the catch is Muncy, and that will end the inning. Braves lead at 5-1. We head to the 8th inning here in Braves country.
106 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses
And losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back. As we head here to the top of the 8th inning, Dylan Lee will make an appearance. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch on the way. Dylan Lee is a swing and a miss at a strike. It's 0-1. Man, it seems like it was just yesterday he was being forced into action into the postseason with the Braves in 2021. As he 0-1, dribbles it foul. It's 0-2. We really didn't know what to make of him. A lot of folks were projecting him to be a starter, but man, has he been just an absolute stalwart there in the bullpen, and it's been a steady force from the left side as the 0-2 misses outside. 1-2. 1-2 count. It's one of the more underrated Braves. I don't think people talk about how good he's been enough over the years. The 1-2 pitch, swing, slaps it down the line, foul. We'll do it again. Max Muncy, not that Max Muncy, 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout, a ground out. They just showed Spencer Strider walking out of the dugout at the bottom of the stairs of the 1-2. Odd looking strike 3, 4-seam fastball. He gone. 1 away. He is supposed to go on the trip with the Braves out west, do a bullpen, and they're going to go from there and see if they send him out on a rehab assignment or just exactly where he's at. First pitch, swing and a miss. Soderstrom. That there on the outer edge, it's 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Slider over the top, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Braves head to Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks, a 4-game series. It's this obsession with Major League Baseball not giving us days off to start the season. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. 1-2 count. swing, pops it up in the Bermuda Triangle in shallow left center field. Ozzie stumbles and then regains his balance. He'll make the catch. And there's 2 away. Angels head back home for their home opener on Friday. Not the Angels. I think I just said Angels. Athletics head back home on Friday. They will start their home season as the first pitch, swing and a miss to win. Slider, it's 0-1. Their opening day home openers against the Astros at 9:40 on Friday night. And they just go home for 3 days as the 0-1, swing and a miss, it's 0-2. They send them home for 3 days, and then they go back out on the road. Listen to this nonsense. You start off the season at Toronto and at Atlanta. That's tough enough, right? You come home against Houston, and then at the Yankees and at the Mets before you come home and face the Rangers for 4 games. What the hell? The 0-2, swing, slices it down the left field line. I mean, that's an impossible task for a young team with the shaky starting pitching staff and bullpen to go through that gauntlet at any point in the season, much less the very beginning. That might be the toughest I've seen for a stretch in a while. The 0-2 pitch, swing, slices it towards right field, and that's going to drop down for a base hit. And the Athletics have 1 on. There are 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. The infield will play back into the left. Huge hole in the right side. Olsen hole on first pitch, swinging. Slaughter, swing and miss. I might just be wrong about it, but I'm not as worried about the Phillies this year as I was in years past. The 0-1 pitch, swing, lifts it. High into right field, Acuna. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So they get 1 on, but nothing doing. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Good guys will grab the sticks when we return.
If I try to kiss you and we clack teeth, we don't need to pursue nothing past this moment. Matter of fact, I'm about to go right now. Hear me?
Hangover. Where does that one come from? And that's an interesting one. And relate it nowadays to we've had a bit of a drink and the next day we're feeling really crap, and we call that a hangover. Well, that wasn't really introduced into the UK to the very early 1900s, connecting the hangover word with excess drinking. But originally, I think it started off in the 1800s, and it's to do with stuff that's leftover. Leftover food was a hangover. Leftover bricks or leftover pieces of wood from making a building. They was all described as hangovers. That's where it first come from. There's many theories, though, which people will argue, but those things are just myths.
You threw a pack of cigarettes at George Steinbrenner? Well, that's one time I lost my temper. So that happens.
There is a bit of a yogi watch that is now being conducted in New York, isn't it? It's the tough job of the manager under George Steinbrenner.
The players loved him. Dad would talk after every loss and say, don't worry about it, we're going to get him. This is too good a team. We all know we're going to contend when it comes down to it at the end of the year. And we all knew it.
The Yankees got off to a slow start, but Dale was playing some of the best ball of his career, batting .343 through the first 16 games.
And there's another hit by Barra.
Then it all came to a screeching halt.
And that's a shot up the middle. A diving stop by Cruz. Over it again.
The White Sox climbed above 500 with a 3-game wipeout of slumping New York. And that smash put the Sox ahead to stay.
I go back into the clubhouse. I see some players crying. And I'm like, what happened here? And Don Baylor says, they fired your dad. And I said, what?
If somebody waves to you, I'm pretty sure you can take 10 seconds out of your damn life to wave back.
Ozzie Albies first pitch swinging, and that'll be a lazy fly ball. Pop up into center field. F8 your scorecard. That gets the 8th inning going. 1 away. So has anyone seen the date that they're actually going to wear the City Connects? I'm assuming it's next Saturday night against Cleveland, but I've got nothing to base that off of. First pitch is four-seam fastball right there on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. They typically drop those so that you can share them or pay for them and get them on before the game. So they're giving them a week and a half as the 0-1. Chops it foul. It's on 2. 0-2 count. I guess one of the things is if it's not a throwback, I've gotten used to be a button-down jersey in baseball. I don't know if I love the pullover, which is what it looked like to me, the 0-2. Swing, chopper. Over to second, or make it short, excuse me. Wilson's got it right next to second base, 6-3 on the putout, and quickly 2 down. I think they're going to look better on the players than they are on the fans. I'll just put it that way. I think they'll look okay on the field, and I like the fact that they're doing white pants with them. Righty-lefty matchup, swing and a miss as Dominic Smith, who's 2 for 3 on the day, starts us off with a strike. It's 0-1. Singled in the center, singled in the fourth. He scored 2 runs. He's 0-1 down and in 1. Pretty good answer to a designated hitter problem that we were going to have with no jerks and Profar. You'll get Murphy back fairly soon. He's supposed to go on a rehab assignment. I think it starts today, officially. The 1-1, just below the knees, and they want to challenge that. Did look like pretty close to the zone. We'll see if Langeliers gets it. Remember, he lost one in the first inning. Let's see. Yeah, it hit the zone. 1-1 count. But the way they drop down like a V-neck and whatnot, and they're not button downs. But to each his own. That's just not my kind of look. If I'm going to buy a jersey, spend that much money on it, I want it to look a lot sharper than that. The 1-2. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. 2-2. But for that matter, I got the original City Connect when it first came out, and I rarely ever wear it because I really don't like it. I like the ones they wear every day. I like the white ones. I like the dark blue road ones. Is the 2-2 swing and a miss. That'll end the inning. And the Braves are 3 outs away from winning this sucker, winning the series, and heading on to the desert.
God, please give me patience, because if you give me strength, I'm going to need bail money.
According to multiple storm models, we're getting between 1 to 3,850 inches of snow this weekend.
I want to go fishing so bad. I haven't been fishing since I was a kid, but I need somebody to put the worm on for me and take the fish off, and don't nobody want to do that part. You know what I'm saying? That fish get to flopping like that. I've been done drop that back in the water, leave that alone. But I just want the aesthetics of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're out on the water, we had done packed lunch, you got a couple brewskis, got some good music playing, then you go home, cleaned up the fish. I don't know. It sound good, but don't nobody want to do that because I don't either.
Why did the sperm cross the road? Because I put the wrong socks on this morning.
Something on your mind? Just want to let you know you're sitting in my chair.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, it's a fact.
Well, for a man that don't go heeled, you run your mouth kind of reckless, don't you?
No need to go heeled to get the bulge on a tub like you.
We left the Back Bay station here in Boston, went down New York, and he got off at 125th Street. And in that time, I saw him drink a quart of scotch. He was perfectly okay. He wasn't drunk or anything. When he got off the train, he was just very genial.
White Sox got a great idea. They're going to take the babe out. They're going to make a night of it. They took him on it.
Miller Huggins looks at us and look at it. He ain't even been in bed all night. He butchered the White Sox. Okay, the game is over. Babe hurries up the steps to get to the White Sox before they disappear. Hey, where are we going tonight?
Pull up a chair and grab a cold one. You're home for the classic call, Radio Baseball. Welcome back. Atlanta Braves, 3 outs away, and here comes Eyeglasses. Yet to come in for a save opportunity. This won't be one either. First pitch on the way to Raisel Iglesias, swung on, popped back foul out of play. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Lawrence Butler, the batter. 234 on the year. So he comes in for Ibanez, the 0-1. Up top for a strike, it's 0-2. McNeil is on deck. Langoliers is in the hole. The 0-2. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. I guess the good news is there, the worst Langoliers can do is make it a one-run game if everything falls right for the A's right here. The 0-2. Swing, chops it foul. Do it again. My mistake. They had flip-flopped it. Wilson is on deck. Then McNeil. Then Langoliers. So he could tie it in theory. He comes up with the bases loaded, nobody out. I'm walking him. The 0-2. Check swing. Peppers it off the plate. We'll do it again. So an 0-2 count. The 0-2 to Butler. Swing, pops it up. Left field, third base side, but that's going to bend out of play. Bounce off a couple of stadium seats there, about, say, around 20, 25 rows up. It's 0-2. Sun's really starting to come out. The 0-2 pitch, swing, chops it towards first. Iglesias grabs it on the run. Taps the bag, and there's one away. So far, so good. Here to start the top of the 9th inning. Remember, we're going to come on for a doubleheader today. It'll be Yankees versus the Mariners. 4:10 first pitch. We'll come on there about 3:45. That'll give us a chance to get our bearings and rest the old pipes. Baldwin out there to the mound to Iglesias for some reason. Not sure what that's about. Must be some kind of a strategy because we're at the top of the order now. You got Wilson. Coming to the plate. First pitch to Wilson, swing. That ball's going to get laced into left field. That's down for a base hit. It's another base hit by Justin Wilson. He's heading for 2. Here comes the throw to second, and he is in for a base hit. And it's a 1-out single for the Athletics. Kind of looped it over the infield. Not a hard hit ball, but that right there, that's a Justin Wilson special. Justin Wilson has an uncanny ability to be able to just put bat to ball and get it into play. Not always hitting it the hardest, but he finds the holes in the defense. First pitch swinging. Swing and a miss by McNeil. The 0-1, it's now 0-2. The 0-2. Down and in. Excuse me, that's 1-1. I don't know what they've got on their screen. Thought I'd missed a pitch or something, but I have not. So a 1-1 count. Kicks and fires down below the knees. 2-1. Iglesias brings it. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. So whoever it is running their board, I guess, literally thought that it started off with a strike. I don't know if they misread a automatic strike for some reason. I'm not sure what that was about. Anyways, it's a 2-2 count. Brings it. Swings. Slices it foul. Braves lead it 5-1. And if you're following along at home, there's one out. There's not two as they have on the Braves telecast. They can't. The whole thing's messed up. The 2-2 pitch, swing, and it's a foul tip caught by Drake Baldwin barehanded. How about that? It popped in and out of his glove, went straight up. He catches it barehanded behind home plate, and there's 2 down. Good play by Drake there to stay with it. That thing just rattled in and out on a foul tip, and look what I found. So Langoliers comes to the plate now, and he's 2 for 3. Got to be careful here, but at least you got a 4-run lead. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss. Up top for a strike, it's 0-1. Langoliers a solo shot, a single. Batting .391 with 4 home runs. The 0-1 swing, bangs it back foul. It's 0-2. Can you imagine this lineup if we still had Langoliers and Drake? Righty-lefty combo, DH / catcher. And he wasn't some surprise. Langoliers was a huge prospect. We knew we were giving him up. The 0-2. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Who wants? Underneath it. Dubon, and that'll end the inning. That'll end the game. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win.
Do you see what you get? Loser! 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 Do you see what you get when you mess with the Warrior?
Player of the game, game ball, we got to give it to Drake Baldwin. The Drake goes 2 for 3, scores a run, 4 RBIs, and remember, if it wasn't for an incredible steal at the wall, he would have been 3 for 3 with a home run and 5 RBIs and 2-run score. But a great play by Denzel Clark. Braves win at 5-1. Man, I was really close. I had 6-1 as the final. I'm rarely that close. Y'all have a great, I don't know, we'll see in about an hour. 3:45 will come on for the next feed. It'll be Yankees versus the Seattle Mariners, and it's a great pitching matchup. Schlittler versus George Kirby. We'll see you then.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.